right, we'll start with our hands at our heart, guys, and take your moment to notice how you feel, to come inside and let your let your arms go down and lift up. Now, as you exhale, bring your hands down to this floor and let your feet go back. Now bend your elbows and take an up dog. Inhale, open up your heart and look. 5, up, 4. Ooh, first up dog of the day. 3, feels great. Let's take a look over our left side. Little neck stretch. Now take a look over your right side to your right puppy. Now go more neutral. Lift your hips at a push up. Down dog. Heels pressed. And just shake out your neck. See if there's any tension you can release just by being in this anti-gravital position. You can bend one knee and then the other. And you can bend one knee and then the other. And you can say, how are my calves today? How are my feet? How are those lower ankles here? Lift up, both, lower both, lift up, lift up. All right, you're gonna take an inhale and an exhale and hold. Now look up at your hands, take a step or a jump up, halfway position. Now go all the way up and just take your time. If your blood pressure is a little needing to accommodate or adjust. Now exhale, your hands go to your floor, take your feet back, elbows bend, inhale, up dog. Feel that heart. Now while you're here, take your ear to your shoulder a little bit on the left, ear to your shoulder on the right, and then come back neutral. Lift your hips and add a push-up. Downward dog, left foot pushes on your right heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. And on your exhale, put your left foot down and let your right foot push on your left heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, both heels press. Feels so good. Lift up your toes if you can. And then step or jump up to your hands, halfway up position. Go all the way up and back. Inhale. And exhale down. Hands down, feet back. Bend the elbows, take an inhale. Up dog. Now drop the chin a little bit so you're going to stretch the back of the neck. And then lift it up again. You're going to lift your hips at a push-up. Down dog. Press those heels, lift those toes. If you would like to change up the variation, just toes towards each other a little bit, heels wide. Internal rotation can stretch those outer calves. You might feel the SI open as well, your sacroiliac joint. 5, 4, 3, 2, both heels press. And then look up at the hands, step or jump halfway up. Let your blood pressure adjust, go all the way up. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Take the feet back. Elbows bend. Inhale, up dog. Open up that heart. Lift your hips at a push up. Down dog. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lower that right knee down. Take your left foot behind you more and lift up your arm and go into a extended reaching heart extension, hip extension. Your left foot can go further back as you're here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring that left hand down. Take your right foot back. Right arm up and back. And 5, 4, 3, 2. You're gonna take another inhale. And on the exhale, come back down and then take a downward dog. Your heels press. Look up at your hands, take a step or a jump up, halfway up. Go all the way up into a back bend, inhale. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And when you're ready, you can step or jump out like a 5-pointed star. Take your inhale and good, beautiful. As you exhale, come on down. Now your hands can just go down your calf or your ankles. Pull on those limbs and let your neck soften. Relaxing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then take your fingers back and interlace. Arms go over, neck soft. 5, 4, 3, 2, and take another inhale. And then exhale, hands on the floor underneath your shoulders between your feet, and then pull for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on the 1, come back up. Now your hands can go to your hip bones. Take a moment just to flatten out your back. That's gonna feel like your blood pressure is getting a chance to readjust. When you're ready, go all the way up. Your hands can slide to the back if you'd like. Lift up your heart. 5, 4, elbows can even squeeze together. 3, 2, open up those little arms. Pivot that right leg. Lift and spread your toes. And let your right knee kind of bend and straighten where it tracks with your heel. And then just stay palms open, looking over there. 5, spiral that thigh back. 4, 3, 2, let that little hand go back, let that little arm go over. Feels so good. Breathe into that rib cage that you're stretching. Good, Betty. It would be okay. We were going to do the other side too, but hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let your little arm come over to your thigh, your other arm go over your ear. If you want to go lower, you can. I just wanted to make sure this was a viable option. You can also go lower. 5. I like to pivot that arm on the bottom leg and just roll that rib cage open. 4, breathe into that top rib cage. 3. All right, take one more inhale. This looks like a big rainbow all the way up. Press that right knee long, and then you see how we're in 5-pointed star. Pivot that left foot and watch how we just do this little bending of the knee and track it with your heel so the knee doesn't drift medially. Now you're gonna find on that fifth one where it needs to be, knee over the ankle, palms open, look over that hand, that left hand. 4, 3, 2. And take another inhale. Exhale. So let's take, it's almost like you're lifting your spine out of your pelvis before you go. Sink in that leg still. 4, 3, 2. Stretch like someone's pulling your arm. Exhale up, over, and then just sort of feel, this could be where you stay. If you want to go a little lower, this hand can go towards the floor. You don't have to. You can roll that rib cage open. I love it. Head is against that same wall that your upper back is. Good pain. 4. Looks great. 3, you're spiraling that back leg. 2. Good. Act like your ribs are rotating towards the sky. This is going to feel like a big rainbow that you're making with your top arm. Good. All right, now when we go down this time, either interlace your fingers or your palms could be together behind your back. Kind of walk your fingers up if you're doing that. It's a little more intense of a stretch, or just do the interlaced fingers or let them fall. 5, 4, 3, 2, take a couple more breaths. Slowly come up. Let your blood pressure adjust here, and then up over those hands. 5. Good, like a golden thread's attached to your sternum. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's put those little hands together. Pivot your right foot. Let your left foot open up a little. Let me show you from the side what I'm doing. It's called pyramid. So while you're doing this, you can lift your arms up and around. Let me show you from this side. But you see how my feet are in alignment with the respective hip. That's it. Now this left hip's going to try to do that. So you really want to make your left hip square or even. All right, now remember that we've already awakened the shoulders with the interlace or with the namaste. So you can do either of those. I want to give one more option, and this could be you do a cow face. So please choose what is appropriate for you today. Looking down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now those hands are going to come down to your leg and relax your neck, and or your floor, and hold 10, low pyramid. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Get ready, push your feet into the floor. Now, go up if you can into a back bend here. You can lift both heels and strengthen those ankles even more. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Now when you lower, you're in control. Your heels lower, your feet come together, hands to the heart, samastitihi, and then other side. And remember how your pelvis is square, your feet are in line with the respective hips. Let's take about 5 more of these big circles. Each time I take a circle, the other arm's in front. Okay, we're gonna take your hands behind, interlace or namaste, or cow face. All right, you got it, nice Pam. Inhale, exhale, hinge. You're probably gonna be looking at those toes. You'll see that they're not over contracted. There's space between the toes if you can. 10, left hip back, right hip forward, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, you're looking great. 4, 3, 2. Just notice how you feel. If you want to put your hands on your thighs now, you can, or on the shin or the floor. As you're ready, you might slowly make a journey up. You can even lift up the arms. You can even lift the heels. You can add more of a back bend here, an extension. Feel those ankles getting stronger. Lifting up like sunshine is on your heart, lifting. 3, 2, lower those heels with care. Let the hands come together and samastitihi. And if you would like to take a sip, this is a great time to take one. I can find mine. And let yourself maybe 6 to 8 ounces during a class if you can, or right after if you can't drink during. We're going to let those fingertips go down and then lift your arms up. Exhale, lower your hands down to the floor. Now let your feet go back. Elbows bend, up dog. Inhale. Lift the hips out of push-up, down dog. And from here, come into plank and let your right hand be underneath your shoulder, side plank. Now it's just going to be a couple more breaths because it's an inhale. Exhale, left hand down, then we're going to do side plank. It's just 5 breaths, so side plank. Let that little hand down. Now put your right hand underneath. Put your left foot back if you'd like a Mudrasana. Lift up your hips. And this is a little longer. 8, 7, beautiful. Lifting up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll take another inhale. On the exhale, side, front, side, and then right foot back and lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, And then on your exhale, side plank, and then do a downward dog. And then lower your shins. And we're gonna if your knees need more protection, you can double them up under the mat underneath. We're gonna take the right leg up. And if you would like to add on, put your left hand on that foot and push your foot towards the sky and keep pressing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower your foot, lower your hand, lift up your other foot, take your hand behind you and press up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're taking another inhale. And as you exhale, lower. Let's take our first child's pose of the day. Push your hips back, let your arms press forward, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. And then on your exhale, if you have your mat folded under like I do, it's back to normal. Take a downward dog. Lift up your right leg. And then exhale your right foot forward. Pull the left foot in a little bit. And you're gonna put your right knee at 90 degrees and then lift up your arms. So your left knee is long, but your foot's out a little bit. Lift up your arms. If you want to make that little cow face again, you sure can. Yeah, and good. All right, so we are gonna breathe into the lower diaphragm, upper chest, upper back. 4, 3, 2. Now on the 1, we're gonna put our hands both interlaced. Now lengthen the right knee, we're going to go into warrior 3. You're gonna lengthen the right knee as you go into warrior 3. Lift up your left leg, lengthen the right knee. Maybe you're parallel to the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll take another inhale. Now on your exhale, put that left foot 4 feet deep. Bring your arms up, windmill them down. Put the right foot to the rear of your mat. Bend your elbows, up dog. Lift your hips out of push up, down dog. Lift your left leg up. Exhale your left foot forward. Right foot goes out a little. Bend the left knee about 90 degrees. Good. Now remember, you could do a cow face here if you want, or just lift the arms. Lift up your heart. Looks really good. Feel that elbow pull back, or feel those arms pull back. Notice how you can lengthen the breath as your body gets used to the fact that it's here. Inhaling. Now, getting ready, your hands can both be interlaced. What we'll do is take a lift into warrior 3. So you're gonna lift up your right leg, your left knee lengthens, you start heading towards parallel to the floor. Your upper back is still open. This is a great balance on that left leg. 10, 9, 8, notice how the posture changes. 7, you start lengthening that knee more. 6, you open your shoulders more. 5, 4, that inner hamstring on the back leg is open. 3, 2. Now we're going to take another inhale. And as you exhale, send that foot 4 feet deep. Spiral the arms up. I also call it windmill. Bring your hands down. Left foot back. Elbows bent. Up dog. Inhale. Lift your hips out of push-up. Downward dog. Right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, right leg forward. Pigeon. And when you're in pigeon, just sneak your back leg further back as you're here. Sneak your torso up and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower your spine. Now you're going to take your arms down. Now you can just rest your neck. 10. You can rest even more with that leg going back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There's an option here if you would like to take a confused pigeon or rotated pigeon. You take your left arm underneath your right armpit. Your right arm goes up and around to your foot. And then just enjoy 10 more. You're welcome to come up when you're ready. And I want you to just try. If you want a few things, you can try maybe interlace the fingers. Maybe hold on to a foot. You can stay down. Yeah. You can do both hands. Spiral. Try whatever you're craving. Now, as you're ready, you're going to let those hands down, curl the back toes under, press your hips back, and just walk it out. Down dog. Left leg up, left leg forward, right leg scooches back. Just enjoy 10. Need a sip, help yourself. As you're exhaling, you're lengthening your spine. It's like someone's putting down a beautiful pearl necklace, lengthening it as you lower it. Enjoy. 10. You might even have to walk your right foot further back. You might add a confused pigeon. We're gonna gently walk up. If you would like, this is the possibilities. Maybe you stayed down last time. You can go up, you can bend the knee, you can pull that foot in. Maybe you'll push that one foot into the one hand or 2 feet, or sorry, one foot into 2 hands. And you can even hook that elbow. Now, whenever you're ready, you're gonna curl those back toes under. It's gonna help you get up into a down dog. Walk it out. And then a small vinyasa. So basically push yourself to plank and then go into up dog. Really stand on your hands. And then as you exhale, press back into down dog. And then inhale, go into up dog. Feel that upper back. Exhale, down dog. Up dog. Down dog. And then again, up dog. And down dog. Now we're gonna lower the knees down. If you need a step grab one, we're gonna take Mandukasana, which is the frog posture. So let your knees go wide, double up the mat if you need, sip if you need. Good, rest your head. Good. Your knees might have to go wider as you're here, so just let your knees go wider if they need to. Feel that low back release. And 9, 8, 7. Take 5 more cycles of inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, you can slowly come back up and let your legs come in. Take a brief child's pose and rest. And then we'll go back into a downward dog. Just take your time. Heels press, hands push back, downward dog, walk it out. And we'll go into a small vinyasa again. You'll shift through your toes. You're pressing your body into up dog. Inhale. And then exhale, push back. You're going to feel your calves lengthen and your hamstrings lengthen. Press through your toes. Go into plank. Open up dog. And exhale. And press. And open. And back. And press. And exhale. And take two more. And press. Plank. Up dog. Beautiful, Cheryl. And exhale. And shift. Plank. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Now we're going to shift our body to a plank. You'll lower yourself down. Now, once your legs are on the ground, hover the hands and just take 5 breaths where you're hovering your hands. And then press your hands onto the floor and go up. I like it. Okay, hold here, belly lifts. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1 more, inhale. Exhale to slowly lower down. We'll take a child's pose and your hips go back, your arms go forward. You can bend your elbows if you want, like a little tricep press. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come back out to your belly down. And this time interlace the fingers at your spine and lift up both legs and lift up your torso and breathe, Shalabhasana. 10 cycles of inhale and exhale, or the best you can do. Good, Pam. Nice, Cheryl. Inhale one more time to puppy kisses, and exhale, come on back to a child's pose, okay? This time, if you want to open up your feet, you can curl your toes under and then press back. Good. 5. And then come on forward. Let your belly down. Now we're going to take a bow pose. If that doesn't serve you, just do one of the ones we did, either Shalabhasana or the Cobra. But if you can, take your feet. Lift up. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And then 1. We're going to do it one more time. So when you're ready, hands to your feet, lift up, and we'll do 10 count, inhaling and exhaling. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press back. Now walking your hands over to one side, you'll feel your low back stretch a little more. On that side, breathe into that rib cage. 5, 4, 3, 2. Open up your rib cage, and it's clamshell. 5. That's a big clamshell. You got it, Betty. All right, come on to the other side, belly down. You can be in child's pose and then walk over if you want. Belly down. There you go, and then walk over. Yeah, and hold. 5, 4. You might have to walk over more. Then we opened up that rib cage and did clamshell. Here you go. 5. And then exhale to come back. Good. And we're going to hold one plank, either elbows or hands. You choose. We'll do 10 counts. So once you're there, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Side plank. Once you're there, 10. We're going to take this transition to front plank and then try not to touch the knees and go to your side plank. 10. And then come back to plank. All right. And then come back to your booty being on the floor and your legs in front. We'll go ahead and take one reverse plank. You can have knees long or knees bent like table. You're going to go up into a 10 count here. Lower your hips. Take those little circles with the wrist 5 times. Love it. And then go the other way. All right. Now we're going to go out to a big B, which is Upavista Konasana. We're going to, we've opened this up a lot earlier, and Cheryl, you didn't get to feel that, but just go into it however you need to. 10. Any kind of movement you need here. 9. Breathe into that rib cage. 8. 7. 6. 4. 3. Notice how you are. Come on up. Notice how each side feels. We are going to go right down the middle. It's going to be so great because both sides are open. And relax here. Five, 4, 3, 2. Notice how you feel. Come back up, and when you're ready, let's take a little squat posture. You can just let your feet be on the other side. It's a great chance to get some drink. Palms low. Boy, that looks great, guys. And just take a moment to open up one side for 5. And you feel how that lower calf gets more stretch, right? 4, and just opening up that hip, negotiating cowgirl. 3, 2, that lower leg, and then 1. Go the other, just press that knee open. Good. You look more flexible. 4. 1 foot down, I'm sorry, 1 shin down. 1 foot next to your shin, lean into it, relax. And then you're gonna switch sides. Let that other one now hinge, lean forward. Now when you're ready, come back up and take your legs, see how they're just already in a double triangle ready position, mermaid. We're gonna take a rotation with your arms lifted like a T. You have the space. Exhale, rotate. Now your hand can come down on the thigh, your other hand's near your booty. Look over your shoulder. Upper back focus. If you're ready, go down and just kind of like stretching out that leg, putting your head down, putting your chest down. Gently come up and switch your legs. And we're going to take the hand to the knee across the body and then go up and over. Beautiful. Oh, I forgot that on the other side, didn't I? Bear with me, I'll come back. I didn't forget it, I just went straight for the rotation. Betty, your legs are going to be like double triangles, mermaid legs. Now grab your other side. You might have to switch your legs. So yeah, it's either going to be that, or if you've already, yeah. And we'll come back to the other side. Yeah, how's that? Let's do that. Stay there if you want, Betty. I know you just got there. You can let your hand come back and rotate over your shoulder. You're looking. 10. You're gonna be heading down. Now, when you head down, you can stretch out that other leg, that left leg. And we're gonna slowly come up and we're gonna do the other side. When you switch your legs, we'll just do the other side in lateral flexion, so your hand is over. Is that right? Yeah. All right, do you feel like your rotations can access different parts? If you do, if you feel like there's a tighter part, just hold out there more. Oh, it feels so good. Now, inhale. We're gonna go up and put your legs straight out in front. So I'm gonna show you from the side, Paschimottanasana. You can get your flesh out of the way. Both arms go up, like someone's pulling you up. And then your exhale forward. And if you wanna hold it, interlace your fingers with any of those toes, you can. Four, three, two, and then on the one, lift your spine. And you're just gonna go down. Just take about 5 counts to go down. 5. I'm gonna move my camera while you're doing that. 4, so it's a little bit closer. 3, but you're just fine. 2, and then you're gonna take a full body stretch or any other postures you need. Just take a moment to let yourself go. Shaking it out, releasing. You can move your ankles, move your legs, let your hands be open. And just imagine you're on a large rock and there's petroglyphs all around you. I'm going to put you on the Anasazi Trail in southern Utah. Petroglyphs all around with bighorn sheep, large animals, figures that look like humans, spirals that tell you which way to read the petroglyphs, a vision of waves on the rocks and snakes, and then all sorts of geometric petroglyphs, geometric figures. And the sky is beautiful blue. The breeze is light, and there's a river down below. You don't see the river, but you can see the cottonwoods that line the river that tell you where water is in the desert. Bright golden yellow leaves. Beautiful red rock mountains behind, the color of deep burgundy of the snow canyon. In front, a mesa flat table of a huge long mountain, and then behind that craggly Pine Valley Mountains. Just take a moment to feel connected with ancient wisdom of the petroglyphs around you, of instinctual knowledge, the part of you that is wiser beyond the superficial senses, the part of you that has an inner knowing, the part of you that sifts and focuses through life to keep finding better and better ways to live truthfully, honorably, with open heart. And just feel that sense of connection with nature, the ancient wisdom displayed by the petroglyphs, and that sense of peace that when you're quiet and you know you are still, you know that sense of peace that's inside, you make contact. Divine inspiration, divine wisdom. And take an inhale to absorb all of that wonderful wisdom, wonderful connection, instinctual knowledge, divine wisdom. And then as you're ready, begin to awaken your toes and your fingers and take yourself up to a comfortable seated position, sitting on the rocks, and just see yourself on the rocks surrounded by the petroglyphs, down looking at the river of cottonwoods that snake through the canyon, the red rock behind you, the mesa in front of you, and the craggly mountains of the pine valley ahead of you. Just take a moment to absorb all that wisdom, that connection, divine providence, and let yourself feel a sense of gratuity. Let your hands come to your heart, and that can be your intention for the next couple of days as we go into Thanksgiving. Whenever you're ready, let your eyes come back into the room, and with much care and appreciation, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Look at the turkey hand, she said. That's go tech and turkey. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye.